I'll just now share a slide with you where I've just captured all of these ayats in one, just so that you can get a visual idea of the importance of, how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has emphasized on following the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? First, he says that if you turn away after claiming that you believe in Allah and His Messenger, right? وَيَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَبِرَسُولِهِ, and then you turn away from it and you become something else. وَمَا أُولَٰئِكَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ, you are not even a believer, right? If you fear that what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will decide for you will be unjust for you, you are yourself a zalim. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ, right? And the ones who say that they have heard and they obey, سَمِعْنَا وَأَنْ يَقُولُوا سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. If you're a person whose stance is that we listen and we obey, then you are a person who is successful. So if you want to know what is being successful is سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. Then if you say وَمَن يُطِيعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, then if you follow Allah, if you obey Allah and His Messenger, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَائِزُونَ, they are the people who are victorious. Your victory also depends upon following and obeying Allah and His Messenger. And if you obey Allah and His Messenger, then you will be guided. وَإِن يُطِيعُهُ تَهْتَدُوا. Your obedience to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is path to guidance as well. And last but not the least, that if you obey the Messenger, وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ, then you would be shown mercy. So whether it is your success, whether it is your victory, whether it is your guidance, whether it is your rahmah, all of it is linked with following and obeying the Messenger. And if you do not do so, you would be unjust. And if you do not do so, you will not even be a moment. You will not even be a moment. Anyone who believes that, Qur'an is enough with me, and there are many of such kinds these days. Many people, just say that, I do not need to go to any other source. Qur'an is enough for me. Just these few ayats of Surah Nur from Qur'an. Simple question to ask, that when Allah is constantly asking you to obey and follow the Messenger, then where would you go and do that? If Qur'an is enough of a resource, and you say that I just want to follow Qur'an 100%, then Qur'an itself is asking you to go and follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Where would you go and do that? And those who believe that, and the question that comes as a follow-up to it is that people say that, Hadith is not preserved. Hadith has so much, fabrications in it. Hadith was done 200 centuries after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or 300 centuries after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How could it be preserved? Only Qur'an is preserved. The fact is that just as Allah has Himself promised to preserve Qur'an, it would be very illogical to think that Allah is asking something to do in Qur'an and the preservation of that thing does not exist. Allah has so much commanded us to follow messengers over and over and over and over again. Our success, our victory, our guidance, our rahmah, all of it is linked to it. If we do not do so, we become unjust. If we do not do so, we lose our iman. And we say that hadith is not preserved. The teachings of the Prophet are not preserved. How can that be? How can that be? It is not possible. Allah has preserved the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam just as He has preserved Qur'an itself. It is just the lack of understanding of the preservation of hadith that make people think that the hadith is not preserved. If we put in a little bit of effort to understand how the hadiths work, how they have been collected, how they have been preserved, there would be no doubt in anyone's mind that they are just as preserved as the Qur'an itself, the authentic ahadith.